so now we're going to start out. I did a few things already. You'll notice I put S here and I put M over here. Now what that's going to mean is I'm going to call this stationary. So in other words, this is bolted down, again, illustration purposes only, bolted down, and it's not likely to move, okay? This one over here is movable. All right, doesn't mean motor, it just means movable. But oftentimes it's going to be the pump or whatever you're driving that's going to be fixed, okay, or stationary. And then it's going to be the motor that's actually going to be moving. So we're going to call this M for movable, and we're going to call this S for stationary. Now, the very first thing that we're going to want to do is almost any time is just take this straight edge here, and I'm going to try to blow this up as best that I can. And it's maybe hard to see, but what we're going to do is use this straight edge and then take our shaft that's movable and then kind of move it to where it actually lines up. All right, now, something to be very, very aware of as you're doing this, and I'm going to try to get this camera to go exactly where I want. It's not wanting to do it right now, but we're going to do this anyway. Oh, notice this. I have a flat on this shaft. Also, too, as I rotate this over, I have a keyway on this shaft, and we're going to get closer. And I want to make sure that the flats and the keyways aren't lining up. So I want to be using the round part of this. That's very, very important that you're not going from, let's say, the arced or the radius portion of that shaft over here to the flat portion of this shaft, because it's going to look majorly different and you're going to end up with some wrong stuff. So you may have to do some rotating here to get the shafts exactly the same. And then what you're going to do is move what you can, slide it around. Okay, there's still going to be bolts here. You're going to have to loosen it up. Slide it around to where all of this lines up horizontally. Okay, so if you do the horizontal, you're not going to have to, it's not going to be permanent, but we want to move these things around to where there's no gap. So in other words, there is, no angle here, and there is actually no gap here, and get it reasonably close. That's going to help us for when we actually go back over. Let me drive you back over here, and we start doing the vertical alignment. So again, we're going to start by lining the shaft up as close as we can, moving everything that we can. Obviously, this will be bolted down. We would loosen it up. We would move it to where we can get it as straight as possible. And then we're going to go back and actually start focusing on the shimming portion. And we're going to talk about that in the next video.